My father, Zichrono Livracha, had an obsession. He was obsessed with maps. You see, my father didn't collect maps as a hobby. He collected them because he needed them for work. He was a traveling salesman up and down the east coast of the United States, and as he went from state to state, he of course had the address of his customers, but he needed to know the best ways to get there. He needed to know what streets and what roads had closed and changed, and he would constantly update these maps. And this was long before the popularity, and I would say now not only the popularity, but the necessity of a GPS. Today, when we need to get somewhere, we need to get to someone's home, or we need to get to a given location, we punch in the address, and sometime later, we arrive. Maybe we get lost because the GPS sends us in a different direction. But even if we're sent in a different direction, ultimately, if the GPS is connected, and we're connected to our satellite, we always end up at the right place. And sometimes I think to myself how my father's life would have been easier than pulling over on the road and staring at the map. Just being able to have the GPS really reflects on all of us how technology has made life so much simpler and easier. And I can't help but think of the beginning of our parsha, that Parshas Lech Lecha, where HaKadosh Baruch Hu tells Avram Avinu, Lech Lecha me'artzecha me'moladetcha me'beis avicha el ha'aretz asher areka. That Hashem says to Avraham, go from your land, from the place that you were born, from the house of your father, El ha'aretz asher areka. Avram Avinu was not given an address to plug into his GPS. Avram Avinu was not told what the place he was going to see looked like. He wasn't told how fertile the ground was. He wasn't told what kind of people lived there. He wasn't told how long he would have to be there. All he was told was to go. To have faith, not in the GPS to get him there, but to have faith that what HaKadosh Baruch Hu was sending him to was for his own benefit and for his own good. And the truth is that that concept itself really is very powerful. How does Avram respond? He doesn't respond with his mouth, he responds with his legs. Vayelech Avram kasher diber elav Hashem. Avram goes as Hashem told him to go. Avram doesn't ask for any guarantees. Avram doesn't ask for anything else at this point. All Avram does is he picks up and he trusts HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And Rav Simcha Raz points out that this is the essence of what Avram was about, but what his descendants would be about as well. After all, we know that the Pasuk says that Hashem always remembers the chesed of the Jewish people, that we traveled in the desert after him. Zacharti la chesed nehurayich ahavas kulosayich lechtech b'midbar acharai be'eretz lo zerua. That after leaving Mitzrayim, after leaving Egypt, we walked behind Hashem, and we had no idea where we were going. We didn't have a GPS that was plugged in with any address. We knew eventually we were going to Eretz Yisrael, but we just followed HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Okay. We did a lot of kvetching along the way. But that all began, the idea of putting one's faith in God and following God's order without questioning, all began with Avraham Avinu. And I think for our society, this is a very, very powerful message, because today we question everything. And what's come is that people end up questioning HaKadosh Baruch Hu as well in our society, in the world that we live in. Everyone wants to know if something is guaranteed. Everyone wants to know if something is going to work out. Everyone wants to know if something is going to be beneficial for them. And sometimes in life, we can only know the true answer to that after the fact. HaKadosh Baruch Hu asks us, just follow me. Follow me, and it'll be worth your while. Follow me, and I will show you the derech that's best for you. Follow me and trust in me. And just as we have so much trust in our GPS, let us focus again and renew our trust in HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that as we go through the bumps of life, and we all have bumps in life, and we all have challenges, and as we're thrown sometimes all different kinds of curveballs and breaking balls and all different kinds of pitches that we're thrown in life, let us remember that just like our great-great-grandfather Avraham Avinu, we need to have faith and trust in God at least as much as we have faith and trust with our GPS to get us to a given destination. Thank you for listening, and have a good Shabbos.